when the car bent that corner, he ran into a lady that was about to get out of the car and get her kids out of the car, and ran into them, and I guess knocked her out, hurt her son.
Before we dive into today's content, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who's already subscribed to this channel. Your support makes a real difference, helping us share important stories that often go unheard. For the 97% of you who haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Your subscription helps this channel grow and reach more people, all thanks to the YouTube algorithm. This allows us to spread more awareness about what's really going on in the streets of America. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment with your thoughts. If there's anything you'd like to see or any way I can improve the quality of this video, drop a comment down below. And once again, thank you so much for your support. Now let's go ahead and get started. How's it going today?
It's going okay so far.
All right, good. Can I have your name and your age?
Okay, my name is Deandra Cunningham and I'm 55.
55. Are you on house right now?
Unhoused, yes, I am.
And how long has it been?
Right now it's 4 years.
4 years?
4 years, 4 or 5 years.
And if you don't mind me asking, what got you in this situation?
Well, I was living with my youngest daughter, taking care of my grandbabies while she would go to work, and she ended up getting remarried to somebody that I told her she shouldn't have got married to, but she didn't listen. So she got married to him, and he, moved in, but he was really abusive, and he, would put his hands on her, right? And I was like, I told him, like, my daughter's a good girl. She's not one of these, bad, females out here just, not doing nothing. She works, she take care of her kids. Like, don't mess over her. Like, if you gonna, be with her, be with her, be right? And so it just turned ugly, where he would like lock her in a room and just do all kind of stuff. And I had to pull a knife on him. And I already told her, like, if you keep allowing him to do this, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to prison for the rest of my life, because I'm gonna kill him about you and my grandbabies, because they don't deserve to be crying and be upset because he's up there, putting his hands on you. And she knows that her father was, very abusive to me. Like, I lost my eye, due to domestic violence. I have a prosthesis right now, and I had to leave because, she has to, you have to learn from your own experiences, and I, can't tell her what to do because she's grown. And so I had to take myself out of the situation, and ended up, staying with my boyfriend, and he was like homeless at the time. And then her other baby's father, my granddaughters, who she had by another marriage, he ended up giving me an RV to stay in. So I've been like in the RV ever since, and I just couldn't go. I just couldn't be there. And like everything I told her about, it all came crashing in. She ended up losing the kids, and and I supported her through that. Like I go over there, I spend the weekends over there and everything, but he still comes over. I mean, it's crazy because there was a lot of allegations that was being said. My granddaughters didn't like him, so they said that he tried to touch him and just all kind of stuff. So her previous husband, he took the girls from her, and it just went through a whole little battle, and it just pretty much ended last month because they went through the custody battle, and she, got the weekdays and he got the weekends. So, Bama still comes over, which is, her new husband. So I just, what can you do? Like, like I told her, he's gonna be your downfall because he doesn't want to do anything. So that's what put me out here, because I couldn't be around, because it was either that I was gonna end up, doing something to him and getting serious trouble. And so I just said I just have to leave and support her from the streets, because you can't tell a grown person what to do, and I've already went through that experience, and I know that I would snap, and I just knew it wasn't healthy for me to be there and to see her going through it, because it would have got ugly. So I chose to take myself out of the situation, just not to make things worse.
True. And as a parent, actually, when you look at your children, you always want to protect them from anything that can harm them,
Especially if they're good kids. Like, true. She's a good kid. She no going to jail. Like, she didn't start that stuff to just now, when he took the girls from her and wouldn't give them back. She went up to his job, and she was hysterical, and because she remembered getting taken away from me, when she was young, and she tried to hit him with the car, and then so she got took to jail for the first time. So it's like, and I told her, I said, look at this whole cycle of, because you wasn't going through this before. You married, this individual, and look what you're going through. You don't see it, but love is blind, because, she was apparently in love with him. I thought it was, let me tell it, you was in lust, because, you know how it goes. He was better than the other one. So, he got her head open, but it's like, you're right. You want to protect your kids at all costs, especially my grandbabies, because they're innocent, So
yeah, with them being innocent. And did you just say that the father that they're going back and forth to is the one that was said that he was touching them?
No, it was the new husband that she
oh
was,
hell
that
no.
that she, which I believe that it's a lot of stuff with that too, because I don't like me interacting with her new husband. I didn't get that vibe. You know what I mean? I would have especially got it because I was molested by my father for years before, I said something and it came out. So I would have had that instinct. I believe it was just that my granddaughters didn't like him and didn't want him, you can't tell me what to do, and, and just, that kind of thing. And they didn't want him with, they want her to be back with their father, you know what I mean? Didn't understand the whole thing. So, I don't believe that actually happened. Like it started off with him supposed to be lifting up Brianna, who was 9, lifting up her dress to see if she had on any tights under her skirt. That's what it started off as. And then once he took him, it got progressed to him throwing my other grandbaby on the couch and doing some really crazy stuff. And I'm like, I just didn't see that, and then to come to find out, living with the father this whole time while they were going to custody, to the girl that he's with now, the first, baby's father, she has a son that's 12 and 2 other kids. And I'm like, you know what? It just came to me. I was like, that boy is doing something to her. Cause I just, because she's scared of him for one, and intimidated. They leave them home alone. And, he's in his hormones, like he's about to be 13, right?
Yeah.
So I figured that she was kind of like trapped, and cause she can't, I felt like my grandbaby was trapped, because what really can she say? And she's staying with her father, and this is, happening, but they always like, I want to come home. It's just a lot of crazy stuff that happened through all that. But like I tell my daughter, like, you learn from your mistakes, and now you see what I was trying, like, he ain't good for you. Like, he wants everything, like, you got this and you got that. And she's like, yeah, but I work for this. You got to work for what you want. You can't, like, he'll get mad because she won't let him drive her car, and then he'll take her keys and won't let her. Like, you can't do stuff like that. You can't control her like that, Yeah, she's your wife, but you don't own her.
True. That's true.
So, yeah.
And then so before you became unhoused, right? Were you working or were you retired?
Well, no, I was working at his lordships, and then they went out of business. I haven't been working since 2017, because once I lost the job, I was, still staying with my daughter, and like, she drives a school bus for the kids. So my thing was, I would, that's before Samario started, the first baby father, before she even met the other dude. Like, he wasn't working, so I didn't really have to watch over the grandkids as much. So I started working, but then they went out of business on July 17, 2017, right before the pandemic. And then the pandemic hit, and then so, it was like everybody was, so I hadn't been working since then,
Okay. And then since you've been unhoused now, and it's been 4 years, within those 4 years, were you trying to apply for any type of jobs or get into employment?
Actually, I was trying to get disability, because I was on SSDI before for my Mento, like 15 years ago, but then my therapist had retired. This was in San Jose, and I didn't know that I was supposed to get another therapist. I thought they would do it, and so I hadn't seen a therapist for a year. So when my review came up, they was like, you haven't been seeing a therapist, like, so they took me off of you haven't been seeing a doctor, so, you can go work or whatever. So it was like, whoa, so I, said I'm going to reapply for my mental again. And now that I'm blind in my left eye, like, that's a disability. Like, I don't have my full sight. So I went with that. So I've been going through that. And then, I got denied. So I'm in the process of appealing it, and, trying to get the appeal people to, help me get back on SSI. So, but in the meantime, and in between time, I've been on general assistance for the last 3 years, and they gave me 3 years because I, told them I was, on SSDI before, and told them my situation. So they, usually you get like a couple of, months, like 3 months, 6 months, but they gave me 3 years and they, to work on getting my SSI. So now I'm at the point where I'm just, waiting for the appeal, and I'll be on SSI again, and then I could, do more.
Yeah.
Like, because this is hard to survive off of $336 a month.
Because to be honest, I mean, man, food nowadays, you go to any grocery store, you might grab 5 things. 5 things might just go ahead and cost you $50, $60.
Almost, yes, you ain't lying.
Man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, everything is up there now. The price is pretty high for anything that you buy nowadays. But before that we go, is it okay if you can tell me what happened just around the corner from that side?
Well, me and my friend was sitting in the car and we was talking, and then we heard a screech. She said, "Oh," she said, "the guy just ran into the pole right there." And I was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Really?" And so I looked, and then I said, "Oh no, I could hear the sirens in the background." So I was like, they was in a high-speed chase. Like that stuff right there, just right there. You know what I mean?
True.
And so, and sure enough, after I said that, you hear the sirens in the background, and because like the police pulled up like maybe a minute, maybe 80 seconds, after the crash. And so the driver, I guess, got out and grabbed something from the passenger, because the passenger was locked in, couldn't get out, and took off running. And then right after he took off running, about maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds later, the police pulled up and pulled, right there and got out and seen the passenger in there, but the driver was gone already, and he got away. And when the car bent that corner, he ran into a lady that was about to get out of the car and get her kids out of the car, and ran into them, and I guess knocked her out, hurt her son, her older son, which was, I would say, maybe around 12, 13, and then she had a son maybe 4 years old, who I believe was in a car seat, because he wasn't like hurt, and they didn't take him to the hospital, but he was really shook up and screaming and crying, and they had to get him out the car. So I know he was traumatized, and it was just an ugly experience. Like why would you be high speed chasing somebody that don't care? If they're in the wrong, they don't care. They're trying to get away. That puts other people in jeopardy, and this is a sure example of why it's crazy. Like you got to pick and choose your battles, and that goes for the police, law enforcement as well. True.
Yeah. Ever since they opened that, that chase back again, because they stopped it, I think, either for a couple of years, the no chase policy, but now they opened it back up. Now chase is starting to happen more frequently, and people are getting killed more frequently. Yes. And those people that are getting killed aren't the people that are being chased, but are the people that are around the corner, just the innocent folks. Innocent bystanders are just mind their own business, and boom, pit and maneuver.
Tragic loss for nothing.
Yeah. They were saying that the little boy that was in one of the vehicles got killed.
And they said, how old was he?
4 years old.
When they took him out, his body was limp, and they hurried up and took him and put him on a stretcher. And so I believe that he didn't have on a seatbelt.
Right. All right, you too, bro.